Don't get in my way now.
The final best of 3 is about to go underway here in today's GSL Codas. Curious? Wow. I mean, talk about, I don't want to say the worst luck because part of it's that everybody kind of gets his play style, but man.
Dude, listen.
Talk about like the probably most depressing games for him in a day of his career.
Curiosity may have killed the cat, but Group C killed Curious.
Killed the Curious.
Yeah. Pretty brutal tonight.
Unlike a cat, this Curious does not have 9 lives. In fact, he just goes down to Code.
Yeah. And Code, though, he does have 2 lives.
He does have 2 lives in Code. A Curious does have 2 lives. Well, who do you think is going to win?
I'm leaning MarineKing, but if JYP plays at the quality he played against Supernova in his previous group, even though I would place MarineKing as a bit better than Supernova, I would still give JYP a very good shot at taking it. So, short answer, MarineKing.
I'm actually going to go with JYP on this.
All right.
I think he played well enough against MVP to feel confident. He didn't have that crush defeat like MarineKing did against MVP.
That's for sure.
And, you know, he there's some pretty smart play. Managed to beat Curious, who I think, you know, well, you and I both thought was going to get out of the group. So, I'm going with JYP on this. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm fine being wrong.
Okay. Oh, you're going to be wrong because MarineKing's going to win.
Wrong. You're going to be wrong, Tasteless.
How could Tasteless think that MarineKing wouldn't win? He always wins GSL.
Does Tasteless even watch the GSL? I'm like,
well, no, you cast it.
I cast it, in fact, yes. All right. It's time for the first match. The loser is now going to be in Code A. The winner goes on to the round of 8 in the toughest, best GSL Code S to date.
GSL. Welcome to GSL Entomb Valley.
All right, guys. Let's see who's going to win this in the upper left. Completely dismantling Curious's play and barely losing to MVP. We have our Protoss player. He is
EGJYP Lady Core.
bottom right. One of the fan favorites here. A solid Terran player with unbelievable control. Can he do it? He is.
MarineKing Prime.
All right, Tasteless. It is time. Cross spots, entombed.
Oh, nice bro tosses.
Ooh.
Excellent. From Chicago. You ever been to Chicago?
I have not. I don't think so. Have I been to Chicago?
I've been to a suburb of Chicago. I did for a WCG qualifier, but I never actually been to the downtown part of Chicago, which I'd really like to see sometime.
Yeah, I don't think I've been through
And
the
it's funny because
airport
I've been
about
like
50 times.
everywhere in the United States, I think, except for like the city part of Chicago.
Have you been to Anchorage, Alaska?
No, actually, no, I have not.
Have you been to Hawaii?
No, but everywhere else.
Have you been to Oregon?
Yeah, I have
been to
there.
Oregon.
I have.
How about Idaho?
Yes, I've been to Idaho.
You've been to Idaho?
Yeah.
Wow, you're good.
I'm good, man.
I think you're lying.
No, I had to do it for these debate trips.
Oh, that's right. How about North Dakota?
No, not.
All right, you haven't been anywhere if you haven't been to North Dakota.
No, man, North Dakota like doesn't count, man. That's like, sorry, North Dakota. South Dakota, however,
It doesn't count.
well, you can say
What
I've
is
been
it?
everywhere. It's like North Dakota. I'm like,
Tasteless hates North Dakotans. That's what this means. He's like, North Dakota is nothing but Canada's spittoon. It's like, well, Tasteless, I don't know if that's appropriate, but
oh, I
you
didn't
said
realize
it.
this. MarineKing Prime's beating him every single time
time.
they played.
Every time.
Wow.
We played him twice in the same up and down, and then GSTL. Okay. Whatevs. No bearing here because that was back.
Have you been to Alaska?
No, I want to go really badly. I want to go to Fairbanks, Alaska. It looks cool.
Oh, you've been to, you have not been to Hawaii, right?
I have not been to Hawaii.
Oh, no, if you've been to Hawaii.
Yeah,
Let's go to Hawaii, Artosis.
They have to have a tournament first.
We could fly there.
If they have a
Close
tournament
American thing we could fly to out here.
I guess that's true. All right, so MarineKing, of course, fast command, followed by the double racks wall in. JYP knows exactly what's going on, making his quick nexus as well before his stock.
3 racks before taking any gases. JYP just going to do a quick command. I mean, a quick nexus rather.
Yeah. And MarineKing will be throwing up a couple gases in a second here. So what will JYP go from here? Because he's going up to
go robo, 2 more gates.
You think?
I think so. I mean,
yeah, I mean, he got the second gas. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for another quick nexus or something too, but no, he is getting the robo. Okay. Well, you know, you have to be careful because even though he shows 2 axes, it's MarineKing. You never know. He has been known to do some craziness that goes straight up to
well, I feel like after MVP, he's the Terry who probably cheesed the most that's successful.
Might be. Might be. Well.
If you remember right, he just barely got out of the last group we were in with a Marine SCB rush against the Zerg player.
Yeah, yeah.
Whose name is not coming to me anymore.
It's okay. He's in Code A, don't worry about it.
Code A.
He's out of here. Doesn't matter.
He's
unless
in
he gets
nerd
paid.
hell in Code A.
Nerd hell is Code B. Nerd Purgatory is Code A. Which is why Curious keeps going there. It's Purgatory for him.
Nerd hell, they put hot coals in your armpits.
That's right.
Terrible. Man. You try to play the game, you got a micro with hot
Young
coals.
Hua doesn't even have armpit hair anymore, man.
No, it's all gone.
That's how much hot
burnt
coals
up.
have been in there.
Yeah. Okay, getting a stem here. Probably won't see too much interaction here for a little bit. They're both powering up.
Yeah, you're completely right about that. I mean, MarineKing may eventually move out. He's going to start +1 attack here in a second, then go straight to medevacs. His go-to build on this map is a +1 medevac timing with just pure Marine, and that's something. I mean, if you watch a lot of MarineKing, you already know that. For Entomb, he loves to push with that because if you don't go for Colossus, it's really hard to hold on. But if you do go for Colossus and you commit to Colossus, taking a 3rd base here can be really difficult. So it's kind of like it's a smart build for MarineKing to do. And it looks like JYP will go for Colossus, but
You almost called him JP.
yeah,
You were thinking about JP McDaniels again.
he's always on my mind.
He's always on my mind. That's why I have a JP McDaniels poster above my bed.
Wow,
Yeah, man.
that's awesome. I need one of those.
One of him and a wife beater.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh, yeah, man.
I have the picture of him as Neo. That's my wallpaper.
Oh,
on my
God, I actually
computer.
have seen that one where he's like from the Matrix. I love that picture.
Yeah. Well, will JYP stay on Colossus, or will this be like a 1 Colossus transition? Because I feel like that's really the build for this map right now, the 1 Colossus into Twilight. We'll see, though. We'll see.
All right, he's going to torn down the rocks now.
He's actually adding in a lot of Marauders as well, which in the past he hasn't done as much on this map, but it's fine. It doesn't
What do
matter.
you think about actually JYP moving out now? I'm a little bit surprised by this. I think this is actually could be a disaster.
Looks like just because of the placement, he's going to do it. But MarineKing has enough here to go out.
And he
push
actually
his
is about
back.
to have stem.
And we actually have...
Whoa, do not do that.
Yeah, that... I mean, slowing this down at all is really nice. But I guess he has enough force so they can do it for a moment, but Stem's about to finish. He's got to be so careful. All right, so MarineKing not even going to go and try to hit him off the pass. Could you put a force field under that to stop the... I guess you could, to stop the starport from landing. You can't land on a force field.
I don't think you can.
Yeah.
No.
I've never done it, I don't think.
No,
but
I believe you cannot land under a force field.
he should have done it.
Even though the buildings are massive, they should just squash it.
That's true. They should squash it.
It's like a building can't squash a force field, landing on top of it, but an Archon could just trample it.
Makes sense. All right, here we go, and look at that. 1 Colossus doing a lot, but with the Marauders in there, he's done a lot of damage to this
Oh my
Colossus.
God, he hasn't killed it yet, though.
Oh, man, and he does end up killing it, but at what cost?
Yeah, that engagement, I thought actually MarineKing was going to insta-win that.
Oh my God, and he actually got some Zealots in there. That's a beautiful little warping from that pylon and Observer. Really cute move here, but wow, the Zealots not doing nearly as much as they should have there. Wow, JYP.
I think he warped him in right before that battle happened and then wasn't able to actually send him over. Uh-oh, Stim out here. I don't think he has enough force fields. I think he could actually lose every single sentry.
He has one force field available. He's going to use it as a guardian shield, so he loses every sentry. Very, very bad moment there
He's
for
got
JYP.
3 more, though, back in his main.
He's going to 7 gates. 7 gates, and he's continuing Colossus production. He's getting that +1 armor. I wonder if he's just going to go for an attack. I mean, he's already killed a little army off.
There's no forge out here. Oh, no, there's a forge out here. I'm sorry.
He has one, but...
This is the 3rd time today I've thought there was no forge and there's a forge.
Yeah, you just...
It's like some kind of like unique learning disability I now have. I don't know, guys.
You just can't see forges. You have forge blindness.
Yeah.
All right, so...
I have forge lexia.
Forge lexia.
So we have another engineering bay about to finish over here. Now, it looks like JYP is going to go, well, no, he's actually sending a probe over here. I guess he's going to expand, but this is a weird order of structures he's getting.
Yeah, it's not what I expected. I mean, he is going up in Colossus count, but he's killed off enough units that the game is in a weird spot.
Yeah.
The game's in a weird spot. Having some Colossi out is not bad.
Yeah,
that sounds like a weird thing I said, but it's true. So, actually, this is a nice little harassment. He warped the Zealots way over on the side, brought them in here, and is delaying this at least.
Oh, get him!
Oh. Don't you hate it when that happens?
Yeah. Oh, there's another one there.
And that is pure annoyance.
Well, all right. MarineKing with a slight lead in supply here. JYP's expansion has started.
Yeah, and he's staying really heavily on Colossus once again. And in fact, you know, he's going up to the 4th Colossus like we saw him do last game, but the Viking count is not quite as high for MarineKing as it was for his predecessor, MVP, in a similar situation. You know, during that game, there was 10 Vikings against the 4 Colossi. Here, we have 6. It's going to be 8, but is that quick enough for him to actually get in there and, you know, maybe kill off a Nexus?
Well, let's see. He's going to move up over here. Again, yeah, I agree with you, Artos. It's a lot of Colossi. Sauger's not exactly in good defensive position.
He's got to be careful here.
Am I mistaken here? I think actually he can just kill that with a few good force fields.
You might be able to. You might be able to, yeah. It's not the same units that that MVP had in that previous series.
All right, he's going to run by here into the worker line.
Man.
Oh, that's not good.
Just non-stop with these Zealots. JYP, he did this against MVP as well.
And he did it with some success, too.
Yeah, he's doing a good job with it. Just even making things run back home, it's worth these Zealots right now. This is like these are the scary moments of the game when you're still working up your unit count as Protoss. And in fact, you know what? He continues to make Colossi. He's not even going to switch tech. He might go into Templars eventually, but he's staying like heavy Stalker, heavy Colossi, which is like a hard-to-use composition at times.
Genius.
Yeah, Genius and Squirtle have done this many times in the past. But you got to be careful against this super massive Viking. He's going up to 12 already. But no Sing It Starport yet. Oh, wait, yeah, he does.
No,
he did get the single one, so...
Reactor pushes up! Nope, denied. Stay out, nerd. Whoa!
Wow.
Well, we got more gateways about to finish here. And the Templar Archives is going to finish. So probably a few Templar added as the last little piece to his army.
And notice MarineKing stimming forward. He wants to get rid of some of these Stalkers. The Stalkers are so crucial now because there's so many Colossi out. In fact,
there's only 2 medevacs out, though, by the way, and he's continuing to make Vikings, so every stim is going to hurt, and he barely has any energy on those medevacs.
That is true, but all that matters, killing the Colossi. If he can kill the Colossi and still have a chunk of his army left, he'll win the ground battle. Uh-oh. Nice control so far by JYP, and it looks like these Vikings coming in, targeting down. Some nice spreading. Uh-oh, the Colossi on the low ground being targeted by Marauders.
And now they're all gone. And I think this actually could be bad news here for JYP as the force fields are getting in the way. The Vikings land, and I think this could actually be GG here.
Yeah, they're being good damage soaks at the moment, and he is pushing through. Even though he has very little medevac energy, there are 4 more on the way across the map.
Oh man, he's actually just going to kill off the pylons, powering the gateways. That's going to be it.
MarineKing may have just enough here, but everything's still deep red, and another rally up.
GG. Well played by MarineKing.
JYP, once again, trying to stay with that super heavy Colossus count, but when you have a lot of Vikings, it's really hard to do that. You know, it's okay to go much later game into that, because then you're going to have Storms available to hit Vikings. You're going to have Archons available to hit Clump Vikings. You're going to have more Warp Gate rounds to warp in. You're going to have more damage upgrades that your everything kills him off quicker. You know, but in this early game, it's not working right now for him. It's hard to do.
We oftentimes see that little bridge between the on the high ground between base number 2 and base number 3 almost always causes problems for the defender.
Yes. And once again, it does cause problems. Not as big as we sometimes see, where it's like, oh, I can't even go in there.
Right.
But, I mean, when you go Colossi, man, it's a hard place to defend.
Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, the Vikings can just kind of maneuver around and take him out. Yep. So we're going to go into game number 2. Well, it's either going to be the last game of the day or the second to last game of the day.
Now, Daybreak is the map. JYP's choice, of course. See if he can do a little bit better here. Last time we saw him go here, it was kind of interesting with that offensive engineering bay, which made him 3-gate, which gave him a lot of units, so he went Twilight Council. It was weird. Will he do that again?
He could.
Yeah, I mean, Twilight Tech is good. I feel like it's a little bit better in that last map than this one. But, we'll see.
All right, well, we're moments away from getting this game going. I think you might be right, Artosis. I think MarineKing might just be better than JYP.
Well, I think he is better overall, but it's not by like a gigantic margin anymore.
Well, you know, it's funny because when you watch JYP PvZ, you can see he can engineer a build to beat anybody, but PvT, he's good, but it's just more solid play.
Well,
no trickery in there.
If he keeps trying to rely heavily upon Colossus, man, he's going to have a trouble with some of these Viking timings. You know, you get that second starport up, and suddenly Colossi aren't looking so hot anymore.
Yeah.
I wish there was a crouch upgrade for Colossi.
Where they just like get down, they duck.
You know what? That would be cool. A crouch upgrade.
Somebody get David Kim on my speed dial. We'll let him know right now. Head to head here. JYP, he needs to win the next 2. And MarineKing, he only needs to win 1 to move on to the round of 8 here in the GSL.